Yeah.
situation.
Yes. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna mute you now.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. All right, welcome to Lunar Flow. We have a lot of energy in the cosmos today. It's a waxing moon, so moonlight's getting brighter and brighter. We're moving towards a full moon. That's naturally very energizing because there's more light, which we're very sensitive to. And then today we have Mars trine Pluto, which gives us all like an extra strong will to succeed, an extra strong drive, an extra like sometimes it comes out like a fighting spirit, like you have a lot of drive to move forward. Sometimes it comes out as like obstinance and like bullheadedness. So let's channel some of that energy using our bodies. We'll burn some of it up and out and use it to make ourselves stronger. Let's begin sitting. We're going to sit cross-legged or any way that you're comfortable, really. And just start to wobble from side to side. I'm going to move to the right and to the left. Just warming up the hips, warming up the low back. And then you can bring a little bit more of a half circle into it. So we'll bring our chest forward as we sweep from side to side. Let's bring our spine back up nice and tall. Put your feet out in front of you on the edges of your mat. So your knees are pointing up to the ceiling, feet are anchored down. We're gonna put our hands behind our head, interlace your fingers, and we're gonna do just a couple movements to go with our breath. So we'll do the movement first and add the breath in. We're gonna twist to the right. So our right elbow points back behind us. And then dip your left elbow down towards the ground. It does not have to come all the way to the floor. We're just opening up the back. So we'll tip our left elbow towards the floor, lift it back up, twist back to center, and then move the other way. So we'll twist to the left elbow points back, right elbow moves down towards the ground. We'll lift back up to a tall spine and back to center. So we're just gonna move from side to side, kind of robotically. Twist, dip, lift, back to center, twist, dip your right elbow, lift back up tall, go back to center. Continue side to side a couple more times. One more time on each side. And then come back to center. Let's cross our legs again and we'll twist. This time we'll bring our left hand over to our right knee. Put your right hand behind you. Inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, twist. Look back over your right shoulder. Move your way back through center, opposite side, right hand, left knee. Inhale, tall, tall, tall spine. And then exhale, look back over your left shoulder. Move your body back to center, crawl over your knees, and take a child's pose with your knees together. So walk them in as close as you can, move your hips down towards your heels, and then rest your forehead down on the mat. Move your hands back so they reach back to the wall behind you, and let your shoulders soften. So relax over your knees. If your head is having a hard time contacting the floor, you can stack your hands in front of you and use your hands kind of like a pillow or a block or a prop. Start to slow your breathing down and use that deliberate breath to help you be present. Use that deliberate breath to help you connect right here to your body in this very moment. Exactly what it is that you're doing. Take another big breath in right here. And then let your breath go. Crawl your hands out in front of you. Reach forward, long arms. See if you can feel a stretch in your armpits. And then start to move your body up to tabletop. Bring your hands down beneath your shoulders. Walk your knees apart so they come down right beneath your hips. And then point your right knee over towards the right side of the room. We're going to lift it up kind of like a dog on a fire hydrant. Make a couple giant circles with this right knee. We're going to go both directions, so it doesn't really matter which way you go first. Change the direction to the opposite way. And then take that right leg out long behind you. Reach it back as far as it will go. See if you can feel stretch on the inside of your right hip bone. And then we'll set the right toes down over on the left side of the mat. Start to look around your left shoulder for your heel and bring some space into your right side body. Come back to center, take that right leg back behind you. So your heel's up in the air, right behind your hip bone. We're gonna bend the knee so our foot lifts up towards the ceiling. And then start to take some tiny little pulses right here. Just little controlled movements up and down. Make sure that you are in control. So we're not flinging anything. We're not using momentum. We're just moving deliberately with presence up and down. We should start to feel some fire building in our buns. Let's do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now bring your knee down and then out to the side. We're going to do that same thing. Tiny little pulses. Keep your right toes flexed. We want our whole leg to be active, not relying on any momentum, not relying on anything but our own muscle, our own deliberate control of our muscles. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee down. Now we're going to alternate. Donkey kick back, heel to the ceiling. Bring your knee back down and then out to the side, fire hydrant. Back to center, knees together. Donkey kick. Center, fire hydrant. Center, donkey kick. Center, fire hydrant. Center, we'll do 10 more. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, and last one on each, and 1. Good. Let's take this right leg out to the right side. So it comes out right in line with your left knee. And then start to press your hips backward until you feel something on your inner thigh. Take a couple of breaths. Notice what you're feeling in your body. Today we have the moon in a fire sign. It's in Sagittarius. So we're going to play with the fire element by bringing some fire into our body, some controlled fire, some deliberate fire. And we're going to use that fire to burn up any excess emotion, any excess irritation, any excess inflammation. When the moon is in Sagittarius, it's a lot easier to wrap your emotions into your rightness. We want to be right. We think we know. We think we know. So I just want to start this practice by asking you to open up your mind. Maybe consider that you don't know. It's a little bit trickier for some of us. But I think it's important. I think it's important to investigate, to be curious, and to just assume that we don't know. We don't know. We might get better information. Let's bring this right knee back under our right hip bone. And then we're going to do the other side. So lift your left knee up to point to the left wall. A couple big circles right here. Circle it all the way around. Notice what your range of motion is like today. Change directions. And take that left leg long behind you and set your toes down to the right side. Look around your right shoulder for your heel and really let your left side body open up and stretch. Sometimes when the moon is in a fire sign, we are a little bit quicker to react emotionally. It's like that, the firecracker, the firework, the explosion. So by burning up some of our extra energy, playing with fire in our bodies today, we can kind of slow our reactionary rate with our emotional body. Let's bring our knees back under our body. And then we're going to do our donkey kicks with our left leg. So lift your left knee up, heel towards the ceiling. Begin to make your tiny little movements, your little pulses up and down. Now I know we're moving our leg, we're burning our buns, but I want you to check in with the rest of your body. Make sure that your shoulders are on top of your wrists. Try to make your hips as even as possible. We don't want our left hip to lift up into the air. If I would put a coffee cup on your sacrum, hopefully it would just stay, not spill over. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your knees together. Fire hydrant. Left knee out to the side. Take your little pulses up and down. Both palms press into the mat. Let's not forget the rest of our body. If you're feeling that burn, just imagine attaching anything you to it you'd like, any emotions, any inflammation, any irritation. Burn it up and out, just like you boil water to clean it. We're cleaning out right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, my buns are burning. We're going to do both now. We're going to do our donkey kick, center, fire hydrant, center, donkey, center, hydrant, center. 10, donkey, 10, hydrant, 9, 9, 8, 8, pull your belly button in and up, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one. And last one. Good. Now take your left leg straight out. So your foot lines up with your right knee. Move your hips backward until you start to feel stretch on the inside of your left thigh. Take one more big breath in and out right here. And then bring your knees back under your hips. Let's move through a few cats and cows. Let's roll up and down with our spine. See how slow you can go? How much space you can make with your body? How much space you can take up? Sometimes Sagittarius moon is larger than life. It's a very generous kind of a feeling, very optimistic, lucky, expansive, abundant. It's kind of like Santa Claus. So see if you can kind of embody that by taking up as much space as you possibly can with your body. Let's bring our spine back to neutral. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take your hips up high. Take a couple of pedals out, waking up your calves, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Press down into both of your heels. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then step or hop up to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Press down into your feet, lift up your hands, breathe in. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your right hand back behind you. Look back towards your back fingertips. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, twist to the left. Left hand goes behind you, right hand forward. Inhale, reach back up to the ceiling. And then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take your left foot to the back of your mat. And then come up tall, bring your hands to your hips. So I want all 10 toes pointing to 12 o'clock. We're in a high lunge shape with our legs, ears over shoulders over hips. Now set your left knee down on the ground. And lift it back up again. 2 more times. Lower, hold, just at a hover. And back up. 1 more time, drop that left knee. And back up. Breathe in, reach your hands up over your shoulders. And then exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot forward. All 10 toes line up. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Reach up, breathe in. Twist to the right. Reach your right hand back behind you. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step your right foot back. High lunge set up with our legs. All 10 toes point forward. Bring your hands to your hips and bring your ears over your shoulders. Pause to pull your shoulder blades back towards your spine. And then slow and steady, lower. Drop your right knee to a hover. Hold for a moment. Lift it back up. Lower, hold, and lift. Last one, lower, hold, and lift. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, fold your way forward. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Stand up tall, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Move your feet back to plank pose, and from plank, find downward facing dog any way you'd like to get there. Take a breath into your down dog. Take a breath out of your down dog. Step or hop feet to fingers. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain pose. Stand up, reach up, fill up your lungs. Twist right, right hand goes back. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach back high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step your left foot back. Same setup, all 10 toes forward. Take your hands to your hips. And then lower your left knee down to a hover. Lift it high. Down to a hover. If this bothers your toes, you can pivot your back heel to the ground and just stay strong. You can stay steady. Let's do one more knee dip on this side, and then take your hands up high over your head. Hold steady right here. Focus your eyes. Feel the burn and attach whatever you need to that sensation. Let it boil, let it bubble, let it fizzle right out. And know that we can do this at any time. We can stay strong through discomfort at any time throughout the day. If we feel like we know the right answer and no one else sees it, we can be strong. We don't need to prove ourselves. We don't need to make other people understand us. We just don't. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, hands down, step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Come up, reach up. Twist right, pull your belly button in as you look back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold your weight forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step your right foot back. Crescent lunge. If your toes bother you, you know the modification. You've got this. Whether you're dipping or not, hold steady. Hold your focus. Hold your drive. Play with that Mars trine Pluto. The warrior, your inner warrior. Let's begin. If you're tapping, take 3 gentle taps with your right knee. And then take your hands up high. Pull your shoulder blades back. And focus your eyes. Focus on the burn. Trust that it's doing its magic. It's burning some excess energy. It's making you stronger. It's making you a stronger warrior. Steady gaze, steady focus, steady determination. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, fold you forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Reach up for the ceiling. And then dump it out, forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank, take it back. Make your way to downward facing dog any way you choose to move. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Utkatasana. Let's sit down low into our chair pose. You lose your balance, that's okay. I want you to notice where everything in your body is going. From the hip bones down, things should be going down towards the ground. So if you could imagine pressing even harder, using the strength in your core to anchor down into your legs, to anchor your feet to the floor, everything moves downward. Everything from the hip bones up is stretching upward. So become aware of where everything in your body is and what it's doing. Belly button in, jaws relaxed. Let's bring our hands together at our heart center and twist to the right. Bring your left elbow down to your right leg. Press your palms together and then look up towards the ceiling if that feels okay for your neck. If it doesn't, that's okay. You can look down towards the ground. Bring our way back to center, hands at heart, and then we'll drop our hands down towards our sides, palms face forward. Notice where your right leg is. We're going to start to balance on the right leg, cross the left leg over. We're going to move into eagle. We're just going to go one step at a time. So start to straighten your right leg up, lift your left knee, cross it over your right leg. And then you can keep your hands here if you'd like. You can bring your hands to your shoulders, or you can take your right arm under your left arm for eagle arms. Hold your focus steady. This is all about balance. It's all about equilibrium. And that's where we are in the lunar cycle. We are at the first quarter. So if you look out at the moon, it's going to be half light and half dark. That's perfect balance, baby. This is the part of the lunar cycle where we stop to examine what it is that we're working for, and we ask ourselves, am I actually doing things to get there? Or am I just hoping? Am I hoping that something catches? Let's come back to our Utkatasana, feet together, feel the burn, hands together at your heart. Whew, turn to the left. We're gonna twist our right elbow over towards our left knee. You can look up towards the ceiling, you can look down towards the ground. Now let's come back to center. Bring your hands down beside your legs, palms facing forward. Notice where your left leg is. Start to straighten that left leg. Lift your right knee, cross it over, eagle legs. Place your arms where they need to go, either out, the shoulders, or left arm under right arm. All right, find your way back to chair. One more time, that's it. Feet find the floor, legs are bent, knees are bent, hips are low, hands pressed together. The burn is happening. It's burning up anything that you don't need. Let's stand up. Inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, fold forward. Take a halfway lift with an inhale. And then step back with your left foot. We're going to go to straddle fold. So we'll straighten out both legs, turn all the toes to point to the left side. And come up halfway so your spine is parallel with the floor. Interlace your hands by your tailbone. Lengthen your arm bones and then fold your body forward. Release your hands down towards the ground. Let's inhale and stand up tall. Reach your hands up over your head and then out into a T. Turn your right toes to point forward. And we're going to move to triangle. So start to reach your right hand forward. Drop your right hand down to your shin, to the floor, to a block, or to a hover if you want to keep burning. Then reach your left hand straight up out of your left shoulder, up towards the ceiling, and gaze upward towards your left thumb. Bring your chest down. So your hands frame your front foot. Pivot your back toes forward. So again, we have all of our toes pointing to the top edge of the mat. I'm going to move to three-legged down dog from here. So plant your palms. Take your right leg up and back towards the ceiling. Then bring your right knee to your left elbow. Take it back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Inhale, back up to the ceiling. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Inhale, take it back up. And then step your right foot up between your hands. We're going to come down into a low lunge, so our back knee is on the ground. Wiggle your right foot over to the edge of your mat, and then bring your right hand onto your right leg. You're going to start to look back over the right shoulder, looking for the wall behind you. Use your right hand for support and your left hand for support. Very slowly start to untwist, squaring your shoulders back towards the front of the room. Bring your hands to the inside of your front foot for lizard pose. And just take a couple breaths here. Notice the heat that you may feel in your body, the fire that you may feel in your body. And remember how useful that is. When we feel fired up about something, when we feel passionately charged up about something, that's what brings change. That is a catalyst for something new to happen. I feel like heat and anger and inflammation all gets a really bad. People are so afraid of those things, but really those are the things that change the world. If enough people feel passionate, if enough people feel fired up, that's when things start to change. We shouldn't run away from these more difficult. I think they're difficult. Not everybody does. We shouldn't shy away from that. We shouldn't shy away from challenge. Challenge is not bad. Hard is not bad. we're more than capable of sitting in chair pose and then eagle and then chair and then eagle. And guess what? That translates. We can do that in our day without taking any yoga poses at all. Start to wiggle our right foot back in between our hands. Lift your back knee up off the ground and step your left foot forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, stand up tall, reach up for the ceiling. Then grab your left wrist. I'm just going to come down so you can see me. Grab your left wrist, pull it over towards the right side of the room. Come back to center, grab your right wrist, pull it over towards the left side of the room. Come back to center. Inhale, stand tall, reach tall. And then exhale, ragdoll. Forward fold, grab onto your elbows. Find a little bit of wiggle room. Move your body, whether it's your head or your whole spine. And release your hands down. Walk your feet together if they're apart. Place a bend into your right knee. Leave your right fingertips on the mat. Take your left hand up high and stretch, twist, wring out. Fold your way back down. Switch sides. Bend your left knee. Take your right hand up to the ceiling. And fold your way forward. Take a halfway lift with an inhale. And then step your right foot back, straddle fold on the other side. This time, do what feels right. If you want to interlace your hands again, interlace your hands. If you want to crawl your hands through your legs, you can do that. If you want to move from side to side, you can do that. Just kind of tune into your own body, what it feels like today, and be curious about what it needs today. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then come up tall. Let's inhale, stand up with your hands, stack your ears over your shoulders. Bring your arms into a T. Turn your left toes to point forward and work into triangle by tipping your way forward until you can't reach anymore. We bring our left hand towards the ground and take the right hand up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulder blades towards one another, towards your spine. And then begin to rotate your chest towards the floor, framing your front foot with your hands. Pivot your back toes forward. Prepare to move to three-legged dog. So start to shift your left heel back up towards the ceiling. Well, exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Inhale. And exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, step your left foot up between your hands, drop your back knee down, and wiggle your left foot over to the edge of your mat. Put your left hand on top of your knee or your thigh, and start to slowly twist back, looking over your left shoulder. Very slowly untwist. Plant your palms down inside your left foot. We'll take lizard for a few breaths. One of the things that I love so much about astrology is that it's such a loud reminder that we're not supposed to operate the same way all the time. We're just, I think we expect ourselves to. I think we expect ourselves to operate with the same stamina and the same drive and the same passion and motivation, but I don't think anything in the natural world operates the same all the time. And we are of the natural world. So I just think it's so ridiculous that we expect ourselves to shine the same brightness every single day, when not even the moon does that. Not even the sun does that. When the moon passes in front of the sun, it changes the brightness. And that's the biggest, brightest planet in our solar system, the biggest, brightest star. So if the sun and moon have permission to vary and alter and have days where they're not as bright as others, then I think that we should be a little bit more forgiving of ourselves when we don't operate the same every day. Let's start to lift our hips and wiggle that left foot back in between the hands. Lift up off of your back knee, and then step your feet together side by side. Create a little bit of a bend with your knees so they're soft and fluid. And then bring your hands beneath your feet for gorilla pose. As you place your hands, you can straighten out your legs as much as you'd like or need. Let your head and neck, your jaw, your temples, your eyes, your forehead all soften as you fold over your legs. And release your feet, your hands from your feet. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, one more. Extended mountain pose, stand up tall, reach up tall, big breath in. And then forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Lower your knees. Lower your chest. And then take a cobra pose. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Come into a Sphinx pose. Put your elbows down on the mat, your palms down on the mat. Set yourself up so you can really soften here. We want our skeleton to support our muscles in a way that our muscles can really let go. I think that striving for consistency and that striving for sameness is really tricky. And I think it shows up in so many different ways in our relationships, in our working lives, in our everything. Just yesterday, I was talking to Charlie and he's like, I've been trying to be more considerate and I feel like I've gotten better about it, but I still have so much to get better about. And it just like listen, I knew he was already kind of in turmoil a little bit, and it just seemed like he was beating himself up. I was like, hey, I see the progress that you're making, and I think it's amazing. And I think you should soften up about it. We have to recognize the progress that we've made, and we have to feel satisfied with it, because beating ourselves up is no way to keep going forward. It's no way to support ourselves, to be our own warrior, to fight for our own well-being. So notice your internal dialogue. Notice if you have those conversations with yourself. It's, oh, if I could just do a little more, if I could just be a little better, if I could just whatever it is. Recognize that you are having that thought. Remind yourself that the sun and moon do not shine at the same brightness, so you shouldn't have to either. And make a promise to yourself to keep it in your awareness as you move forward. I think that's how we feed our warrior spirit without getting bogged down, without burning ourselves out. Slowly begin to drop your chest down to the ground. Wiggle your arms out from under you. Put them in a really comfortable resting spot. And then take a half frog with your right knee. Bend your right knee up to the side. And just relax. Let your backside, the whole backside, from the top of the back of your head, down your neck, between your shoulders, your mid back, your low back, your butt, your legs, all relax, soften, let go. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. And then slowly make your way to the other side. Take your right leg back behind you. Bend your left knee, move it over towards the left side. And then re-soften on the side. Bring your focus back up towards the top of your head, the back part of your head. Let it soften. Relax the back of your neck, down your shoulders, your mid back, your low back, your hips, your legs, and even down to your feet. So let everything become very soft and heavy. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And slowly start to stretch your left leg long behind you. Let's just roll over onto our back. Put a bend into your knees so your feet are on the mat. Your knees are pointing to the ceiling. And let's just press into our feet. We'll lift our hips up. You can use your hands for support if you'd like, or you can interlace your hands under your tailbone and move your knuckles towards your heels. Slow and steady, bring your hips back down to the ground. Walk your feet together, triple diamond, feet join, knees open wide. And then take your arms either into a field goal post shape. So your elbows point to the sides and your fingers point back, or connect your pointer fingers and thumbs up over your head. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And move your knees so they point back up to the ceiling. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Reverse pigeon. Grab onto your left thigh. Draw your legs in towards your body. Keep both of your feet flexed. And let's take this reverse pigeon into a twist. So we'll take our arms out wide, cross your right knee over your left knee, and drop your knees down to the left. Take your eyes down to the right. Move your knees and hips back up to neutral. Unwind your legs. Take reverse pigeon by crossing left ankle over right knee. Grab onto your right thigh. Draw your legs towards your body and flex your feet. Let's take this into a twist, arms open wide, left leg crosses over right. Drop your knees down to the right and your eyes down to the left. Slowly bring your knees back to neutral, your hips back to neutral, uncross. Bring your knees in towards your chest, place your hands on your legs, and take a couple circles with your knees around your hips. Bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, a big hug for all your hard work today. And then relax your head and shoulders down. Take your legs out long on your mat. Relax your legs, relax your feet. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And then reflect on the cosmic themes that we covered throughout practice today. And any that stand out to you, just let that echo around through your brain and through your heart. Maybe it's the key that you need for today. The key that you need to unlock a challenging situation. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Lift your hands up over your head. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, relax. Make your way back up to a seated position, just like we started our practice today. Bring your hands together at your heart. Pause for a moment of gratitude for your will, your determination, your power, for your inner warrior, for your optimism, for your curiosity, for choosing to not automatically know everything. With all my love and all my gratitude, namaste.